Hey guys, I'm super excited to have Sandy with us on our Rise Sister interview. And Sandy, I've got just a couple of questions just so we can get to know you a little bit better. So, my first question is, would you please tell us a little bit about you outside of your business?
Okay, so I saw this in another interview. It was like sneaky question. Okay, so Mishko Paganon Quain Indishnakas Mandodem. I am an Ojibwe woman, an Indigenous nation found in Ontario, Canada, and my spirit name means Red Thunderbolt Woman. So I am said to represent that split second in time when the thunder sounds exactly as the lightning strikes. So
Huh.
that moment. And I explained to everyone that means I don't do subtle very well, but hopefully I am that lightning bolt, that moment. It's memorable and hopefully helpful. So
Oh, I
that's
love that.
me. Yeah, I'm a mom of two adult children. I have two amazing grandchildren. I've lived in Northern Canada for most of my life, and that's who I am.
And you have Oreo the cat in there somewhere.
And Oreo, the 20-year-old cat who probably will make an appearance before this interview is over because she's a camera hog. So
No, I
yes.
love that.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. And I love that description. I've heard you give that intro before, and I didn't realize the
Yeah.
like that connection, what that actually meant. So that was super helpful. And then if you can tell us a little bit about your business, that would be amazing.
Okay, so I work full time as a motivational speaker and best-selling author. I've done that for almost 12 years now. And it was really, I started working with Indigenous nations first because of history. We were talking about nations of people who didn't believe in themselves, who had been told they weren't going to amount to anything, and over time had started to believe that. And I used to work, my past career was in what we call employment and training. So I help people go back to school or find a new job or start their own business. And even though I worked in that career for 20 years, I really didn't see any big changes. I wasn't seeing a ton of successful people, even though I knew we were providing amazing services and a lot of agencies were. So I was like, what is the problem here? And I realized that it was the lack of that self belief that as Indigenous people, we could be successful. And then, so that started my career. And that's why I wrote my first book, passing on my mom's amazing Ojibwe teachings that empowered me. So I knew they would empower others. And then over time, surprise, I realized that there's a lot of people from a lot of different cultural backgrounds who don't believe they can be successful and could use some empowerment. So that kind of brings me up to the present day where I work with so much more than just Indigenous people. That's always been my base, and that's where my teachings come from. But yeah, I work with anyone who has yet to realize how amazing they are.
I
So
love that. And that comes through in your emails and in
yes.
conversations and sister circles. It's just a cool part of you and the work that you do. So thank you for sharing that. So I love this question. Tell us something that would surprise your Rise sisters about you. What do you think would be a surprise to them?
Well, and honestly, this comes back to I was really, really lucky in that I was featured in the January edition of the Rise Sister magazine. And Janice did such an amazing job with her interview questions, and I absolutely loved it. And when I read the final article, to hear Janice's impression of me, it was eye-opening and surprising because yes, I'm a confident woman, and yes, I believe in my skills, and I definitely believe in my future, but that doesn't mean I don't have self-doubt. That
Right.
doesn't mean I don't second guess myself, or God forbid, compare chapters like you've said in past videos, or all of those things that plague everybody. I still have those things. I just don't let them drive the bus anymore. So I think, I don't know why, but at some point, people just started assuming that I never doubt myself anymore. And I find that hilarious because it's like, if you heard the voice in my head, you'd know differently. But yeah, it's just learning how to get past it that's important. So I think
Yeah,
that
no,
would surprise people,
it's funny because I get that comment sometimes too.
right?
People say, well, I'm sure, you don't. And I'm like, oh, please, honey, I doubt myself
Right,
every day. So
right. Yeah,
I think it's part of being human. And honestly, women struggle with it
yeah.
most, I think, more than men do. I actually know the answer to this question, but I'm going to ask it so that you can
Okay.
share with others. Do you have a word of the year? And if so, what is your word of the year and why did you pick it?
I love my word of the year. And I can't, like you, I can't believe I had never heard of word of the year before because
No.
resolutions don't work. And yes, I set target goals, but those are more like goals. They're not inspirational, but the word of the year just like blows me away. So my word of the year is explode. And it's all about exploding onto the scene, exploding with enthusiasm, just not doing anything small. This year is all about getting out of my own way, you know, racing up to the stage, being there to inspire people, just being as big as my personality naturally is. So that's my word, explode. In all the
Yeah.
good ways, not like disastrous, but like think fireworks. Think, yeah,
I
yeah.
love that. That's very cool. As you think about your Rise sisters, is there anything else you would like your Rise sisters to know?
Then I'm here. For one, I am literally a message away. I would not be here. I always say I was so fortunate in that I had so many amazing women that believed in me until I could. And I am fully all there for paying forward to pay back. The people that help me don't want the acknowledgement. They want me helping other people. That's how I pay them back. So if ever there's a Rise sister that's anything, whether it's like personal self-doubt and how do you build confidence, to how do you run a successful business, or how do you set goals that are actually going to help you achieve anything. I've heard you say it, there literally is no stupid question. If you don't know the answer, that question's important to you. And I'm not
Exactly.
talking about paid coaching. I'm talking about a Rise sister helping a Rise sister. So I'm there, and if I can help, I would love to.
Well, thank you for that. That's awesome. Last question. How can our Rise sisters find you? And then I'll also put, if you'll send me after we chat, just the links, I'll add the links because I have an interview page. So I'll add the links like to your website or your email address, however. But how can your Rise sisters find you?
So I always say, I believe I'm the easiest person in the world to stalk. If you literally type in Sandy Boucher, and Sandy with an I, so type in Sandy Boucher into Google, you're going to find sandyboucher.com is my website. Sandy Boucher is my channel on YouTube. Sandy Boucher is my handle on Instagram. Definitely everything started from my Facebook business page. That's where I do my daily blog post every single morning that has built my following over the years. But literally throw my name into the internet. You're going to find me. Like, it's
Okay.
pretty easy.
That is perfect. And then if you'll just send me the links you want me to include, I'll be
Absolutely.
sure to add those. I appreciate you jumping on and doing a Rise Sister interview. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the Rise sisters, because they have definitely added to my life. So
Well, we're
thank
so
you.
glad you're here. Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Thank you so much, Sandy.
okay, take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.